By 2030, supermarket executives will actually ask one key question. So by 2030, they will literally stay awake at night, wondering about this key question. And that question quite simply is, do we as a company need a 5G chicken sniffer? So who of you thinks that we retail executives who needs a 5G chicken sniffer? Who thinks 5G chicken sniffers is a brilliant idea? Not a single one in the audience. Well, if you take a look at your access card, how does it work? Well, it uses a small little chip that actually receives energy from a transmitter, and it transmits the energy back. But what if we can make that distance not 10 millimeters, but 2 meters? And suddenly you have a salmon sniffer and a chicken sniffer, and that means that you can sell products 3 days before they go off. You see, this is what unpacks the world around us, new technologies that changes the way we think. And this is all based on the work of a Professor Jim Data that said any useful prediction of the future should appear to be ridiculous. So here's a couple of ridiculous predictions. Things like your brainwaves making your car safer, or your frontal cortex that can transmit signals that will allow you to record your dreams. Even more important, we all know the value of a healthy gut. So getting the right microbiome can let you live till the age of 80. We also have the opportunity to use CRISPR-Cas9 to deactivate the stealth mode in your cancer cells, and then by growing cancer cells in tobacco plants, we re-inject it back in your body, making cancer a manageable disease. The entire world is filled with wonderful new technologies which will shape our future. But if we want to understand the future, we need to apply it in a completely different way. You see, on a day-to-day basis, there's news headlines that appear. And this morning, a number of news headlines appeared. The important thing to realize is that the world has got these underlying currents that no one sees. And what futurists do is to identify these currents, realize when they change course, and even more important, when they collide. That becomes the first step in our journey. We call it exploring the future. And boy, oh boy, are we in interesting times, because all of these currents are colliding. Demographic divergence. Africa is exploding, the rest of the world is collapsing, except the USA. Geopolitics, a redefinition of geopolitics with the USA taking over Greenland. Why is it happening? Well, it's all part of the fourth turning. The theory is there. Every 30 years, society goes through fundamental changes, and if you understand the patterns, you understand the headlines from the future. From a social change perspective, we are seeing massive changes, as is what's happening in the world of energy and artificial intelligence. By the way, what's the current value of 1 kilogram of helium-3? That's what we need for fusion reactors, by the way. I'll give you a tip. It's about $20 million per kilogram. Where can we find it? On the surface of the moon. And now we all know why there's a race back to the moon. One of the technologies that is at our disposal to change the future is artificial intelligence. We can't change any of these trends that you've seen right now, but we can harness technology to change the future, giving us the capability to create the future. And that's the second part of our journey. How do you unlock the opportunities for brand new technologies? Now, for those of you that are fast, you can scan this little QR code, and that will allow you to identify the tokens of every word in an LLM. If you ever wondered, how do LLMs understand words? Well, everything has got a number. So if you wondered what the token for Apple is, this website will tell you. The LLM simply understands words as numbers. And as we train the LLM, these numbers in the database get related to each other. You'll see that the LLM doesn't know what's the difference between 759 and an apple. It doesn't know the difference. It's just a token. But because we train these models with everything we've written, we create a vector between two terms. A vector is an arrow with a distance. So in the same way we create a vector between king and woman, or between man and woman, we can use the same vector to create an arrow between king and queen. And that's literally what it does. Unbelievably good at pattern recognition. But AI cannot think the way we do. AI cannot extrapolate. I believe that most of you might not have seen a truck delivering a traffic light in your lives, but the moment you see it, you'll immediately understand it. Not so with AI. Here's a Tesla, and out of nowhere, traffic lights keep on zooming past it. It doesn't know what to do with it. AI cannot extrapolate. Only humans can. If you want to prepare a future where we talk about agentic AI, you need to know the difference between what humans can do and what computers can do. Wonderful pattern recognitions, unlocking a brand new future. If you want to know more about some weird headlines from the future and how AI will fundamentally shape our world, follow me on LinkedIn. I'm Pieter Geldenhuys, and I'd love to assist you to create the future.